Hi there, my name is Mady and I'm the designer of GIFT, which stands for Good Interesting Fun Times. GIFT is a 2 to 8 player game. It's a word game / party game. In GIFT, you are invited to a party where everyone's dead and you're having a great time at this party. It's a great party, but when you suddenly realise that you're dead too. And the only way to get back to life is to appease the god of life. The god of life seeks sacrifice, but not of the physical kind. You have to make witty sentences and entertain the god of life for your passage home. But be careful, because the god of death is also listening. So let's play a game now. The game consists of 3 components. You've got letter cards, god tokens, and keyword cards. And the first thing you do in a round is assign the god roles. So you give the god of life token to any player randomly, and that role, that token, moves on to the next player at the end of each round. So the god of life does the first bit of setup in a round, and they place the letter cards. So they can place from 4 to 8 letter cards from the deck. It's up to them. And then they can actually rearrange each letter and they can flip them over as it's double-sided. And then what happens is everyone looks at these letters and creates a sentence from that same pool of letters. So the rules are that each word in the sentence, the first letter of that word, has to match the letter card on the table. So for example, the first word of my sentence will have to start with A, the second with D, the third with S, and the last with T. So I could say Amish damsels sip tequila as a sentence. And then every other player would also say their sentence using those same common starting letters on the cards. So the last part of the game is the keyword cards, and this is where the strategy comes in. So every player gets 5 keyword cards at the start of the game, and the contents of these cards is kept a secret. On each card are 5 sets of starting letters, which are called keys. And so for example, you could say doctor, psychic, orient, bus, even bus is a valid word, and fire. And so what each player does is they look at their keyword cards and they try and come up with a word that is also going to fit in their sentence. That word has to follow the same rules. The first letter of that word has to match with one of these letter cards. And so usually you'll look at your keywords first and think of a word, and then you'll use that word to kind of jumpstart your sentence. So you think of a word, you put that word in your sentence, and then you play your keyword card. You put it down on the table and let everyone know that you're playing one keyword in your sentence, and then everybody else has to guess and accuse you if they believe that they know what keyword you've played. So for example, say I did play tequila and someone tapped that, then they win that accusation and I lose it, and I have to take my card back into my hand, and they get rewarded. They can discard a card in their hand. And basically everyone plays until they've got no cards in their hand left, and that's how you win the game. And the last thing is the god of death roll. So when you make your sentence, people can accuse you, and they are rewarded if it's a successful accusation, and they're penalized if it's not. But the god of death roll, they don't get that penalty from an accusation, and that roll is given to the player with the most cards in their hand. It's a bit of a catch-up mechanic. And that is basically GIFT, Good Interesting Fun Times. And now let's watch some people playing the game. Real pain becomes agony.
It's very Mady. October breeds exiled tenants.